Now where I'm going to go from here is now that I've got this in, this in, and this in, I'm going to start spreading to the last layer over here of my center. I'm going to start off with the edge portion, the extended edge portion. This is the same thing that I did with this edge portion over here, and it's done exactly the same way. So I'm going to focus on one, get one in, and then do the algorithm of RU, RU, R2U, RI to get the other one in. This and this is going to be guided by these areas here. But what about this and this? Well, I don't have anything to guide me with that. These can't guide me with what's going on. So all I have to do is get these in, and these will just kind of follow suit. So this is going to be another expression of what I did before. But I'm going to do the ones that make sense. Like this one is pretty easy to see where it's supposed to be. So I'm going to turn this over here, and I'm going to turn this over here. We lined up? Sure. Anyway, this obviously belongs here. Now whatever I do with these layers, I'm not going to mess up what I did before. So this is going to come like so. You can see this fits. Now I'm just going to bump out of the way anything else. In this case, this. We'll bump this guy out of the way. Bang, and splat. Okay, so this is the tricky part, but it's not the hard part. I'll tell you when we get to the hard part. Anyway, so this is in. Let's go find the one that belongs over here, and that's probably this guy over here. That's why I moved it down. So I'll move this like so. And I'll move this up. Like thus, so you can see this is correct. And now we just move any old one down. Which will be this one. Now why am I moving this one down? Because maybe this belongs here, and maybe it doesn't. Anyway, there it is. Okay, so these are in, so what's supposed to be here and here? So I'm going to say that these two are here and they're supposed to be here. I see that this is the only one that's in, so I'm going to move this down so that it's in front of me, like this. And now doing RU, R2U, RI, I'm going to keep doing that until the proper one is over here. Then I know that all the edges are where they're supposed to be for the time being. So which one is supposed to be here? Could be this, could be this. I don't know. Let's see. So now this is my R over here. So let's see. Now I'm doing all the trials and tribulations because as a video log, we want to see the good with the bad. So I've got R, U, RI, U, R, to U, RI. Now, if you didn't catch it the first time, maybe you'll catch it now. But I see this is in. Is this one in? I don't know that I like it. It looks like it kind of fits, but not exactly. I don't know that there's a little cleft. So let's do it again. And much better. Much better. So basically these are now in. So let's consider what that means. This edge is in, this edge is in, this edge is in, and this edge is in. So this whole thing is filled in. Because of that, I know that these edges can now act as a nidus for all the rest of the areas of this puzzle. I know that these guys are now in. So I don't have to worry about that. It doesn't mean that they're supposed to be in these areas or even in this layer, but I just want to assemble my 1x5 bars. So this is good and this is good. So now it's a question of moving to the next step, which are the corners, which are these guys over here. This is in here and this is in here. What I can do is I can start putting these guys in. I actually didn't have to put these in over here, but we'll see what belongs over here. So the next corner set that I'm going to be doing is this will move here, this will move here, and this will move here. So I'm now going to be cycling these guys. As I'm building these layers here, I'm going to see what part of this might come up to here. Now I see this has a kind of a skewed trapezoidal shape. So does this. So let's move this in line. And now I'm going to go ahead and do the algorithm that puts this to here, this to here, and this to here. And the reason why I wanted to put this guy in is so that I have a basis of comparison. So this might actually come into place. So I'm going to go ahead and move this up, and you can see this fits in nicely over here. So this is my R, and I'll be able to place it because this comes from down here, and you can tell. UI. Now it's this turn. LI. U. RI. UI. And L. So let's take a look. Let's take stock in what we did. I can tell that this piece buried in here is correct. Now I can tell it's correct because I already placed these edges, these edge portions of the center. So I can act as a place card to this. So this is in, and you can see this is in. You can see it better when I move this back, but now this is in. So that's what I'm going to keep doing. I'm oscillating these. I'm exchanging this with this with this. And I'm going to keep going around. Over there. Okay. So let's bear in mind exactly what I'm doing. This one isn't in, this one isn't in, but this one is, and that's one that we're dealing with. So now that means that this guy probably will find a home right here. So ultimately that's what I want to do. I want to move this guy to here. So I'm going to do that algorithm twice, or, yeah, I don't want to confuse things. So I'll do it twice. Match it up, and let's try it out. So this is my R over here. Take a look what this did. So now this is in place. So all I need to care about is this is in place and this is in place. So I'm going to move these two to the bottom. That's like the equivalent of two corners that are in. So I'm going to move this to the bottom. So now I'm going to look over here and see what needs to be done. See what needs to go to where. This is in play, and this is in play. So this one possibly belongs up here. I can check it out by moving this up and seeing that it does not. So that would be a dead end. However, that doesn't mean that this doesn't go over here, which I think it does. So this will come up here, which is a dead end. This will come over here, which is properly placed, I think. And this will come over here. R, UI, LI, U, RI, UI, and L. Do we like it? Sure we like it. This one fits over here with this. This fits over here. So actually all these have been placed. Keeping track of what we're doing, this one is in. This one is in because it matches with this. This one is in because it matches with this. And this one is in because it matches with this. And now I take a look and see if we have a similar parity situation over here. This one is in, which is good. This one is not in. And this one is not in. And this one is not in. So that's good because we only have one in, so we have three that have to go. So I'm going to turn this upside down. And I hope that made sense, sort of, kind of. But basically, I'm going to be utilizing this. Remember, we haven't gotten this whole thing yet, so we have to focus on exactly the layers that we're dealing with. I'm going to do one where it's easy to surmise what goes where. Okay, so I'm going to be shoving this one out only because I'm going to be able to tell what's supposed to go where. So I'm going to do the algorithm once, which will place this to here, which I think is what's going to have to happen. This is just a wild card. This will just come up over here. So right now, the only one that I have in is this. And I would rather not put one in that's opposite where this one is. I'd rather put in, say, this one or this one. Let's see, this. This has to end up over here. So what I'm going to do to achieve that, boy, does this take concentration. I'm going to move this over here. Now I'm going to do the algorithm that takes this and moves this up here. This will end up over here, which I think might be where it needs to be, which is good, because if this is here, this will be next to this guy over here. So let's try it out, just on a whim. So we have R, can't let myself get lost, UI, LI, U, RI, UI, and L. Okay, now let's see what that did. Is this correctly placed? It is, because it finds a nice home over here. So this is in and this is in, which means I'm going to turn this like so. And now let's see what's going to happen with one more turn of that algorithm. This will come over to, actually I got to turn this back. Splat. Doing no different than the last two centers of any 7-layer supercube. This will come over to here and be in. This will come over to here and be in. And this will come over to here and be in. So by the end of it, these portions here will all be in on all sides. Let's see if I'm right. So turn, yikes. Turn, turn. Turn, turn, and finally turn. Okay, so let's take stock in all of this. Again, we're only focusing on certain aspects. So this is in, which is good. This is in, which is good. This is in. And this is in. Okay, so you really have to tune your mind to this. Tune your mind's eye. This is in. This is in because it's matched with this. This is in because it's matched with this. And this is in because it's matched with this. So I've got that layer done. Okay, now imagine what's happening here. What I did is, in essence, is I put this layer in here. These layers are in already. And now I'm going to deal with these layers here. So this, yeah, because I already did this. So this one, this is the last one remaining before I do the corners over here. So let's see what we've got. What we can see here is this is not in, even though it's matched with this. This doesn't belong over here. I'm almost wondering, and it certainly doesn't belong over here. So let's see what needs to go where. I have to kind of skew my perspective here a little bit. Okay, this guy is going to be the easiest to visualize. So I'm going to put this front and center. This is front and center. Where is this going to go? Well, this is supposed to go over here, as you can see. Splat. Okay, so to do that, to start the dance going, I'm going to turn this over here. And now this is going to end up over here where it belongs. This is going to come up over here where it possibly belongs over here. Probably not. But at least this will put this in so it'll sort of get the process going. So now this is my new R and this is my new L. So that's going to look like this. R, UI, LI, U, RI, UI, L. And that is the power of a 3 cycle. You're only isolating those 3. So now this is in, and if you notice, I've got this whole thing in over here and this whole thing over here. This didn't do much at this area because it's not matched with this side, but at least I got this moving. Now, did I put anything in here? And the answer is yes. This one was put in as well. So that's going to serve me well. So I'm just going to take this out of the way. So this is the tricky part that takes concentration, but not the hard part. And you may be asking, what is the hard part anyway? Well, you're going to find out. Anyway, you can see that this is in, which is what I was trying to do. I'm going to move this out of the way and try to put another one in here. So this is not in over here. This is in over here, which is not exactly what I wanted to, well, actually no, this is not in because I want it to match up with this. This, I think, belongs over here. So now I'm going to do the algorithm again, and I think maybe this guy can come up over here. So this may be a twofer. This to come here, this to come here, and this to come here. So let's see what happens. Now I got to pay attention to what my layers are. If I do the wrong L, I am sunk. So, yeah, this is the L over here. Turn, turn, turn. There's even a little bit of corner cutting so that pieces aren't popping. Turn. So this is truly a masterpiece, among the best put together ghost puzzles I've seen. And turn. Okay. So, as such, that placed this, so now this whole thing is in, this whole thing is in, and this whole thing is in. And this is okay over here. And I think I placed the, nope, didn't place the proper one over here, but that's okay. The whole point is that this is in over here. Is I think this belongs over here. Because this will end up here and up here. Yeah, so I got to get this over here. I don't want to destroy what I just placed. In other words, I don't want to destroy this one, and I don't want to destroy this one. So I'm going to take this and move it down to move it back up. I'm not going to worry about anything here. There isn't much here anyway. Okay, so my goal is to move this down so that I can place it over here. So what's going to happen is this, which doesn't have a home anyway, this will come up over here. This will come down here, and this will come down over here. Now what I'm going to do is, now that I've moved this down, I'm going to take this, move it to the side, and now this will have to end up where? Here. Nope, here. There we go. Okay. So this will come to here, this will come to here, and this will come to here. And just might be where it needs to be. So, here we go. R UI LI U RI UI L. That is L. Now that was scary. Almost ruined something. Okay, so let's take stock in what we did. Remember, it's these edges that are what I'm using to calibrate, not the corners. So you can see this is in because it matches with this. This is in because it matches with this. This is not in, but this is in because it matches with this. So this is the one that's left over. I'm just going to move this to the top here. This is my wild card. So every one of these are in except for this. So you can see this is in, and this is in. And that was my goal. This guy is the wild card. So let's see what has to happen. This can come to here, this will come to here, and that will put this one in. Do I have any other one of these in this layer that's actually in? And the answer is, yeah, this one. So this one isn't in, this one isn't in. Okay, actually I don't have any ones that are in. Yeah, okay. That's what I wanted. So what that means is I'm going to take this, put it to here. This comes here, and this comes here. Yeah, let me think about this. Yeah, so this comes up to here, this comes up to here, and this goes over to here. So let's see what happens. Turn, 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 and finally turn. Okay, let's turn this wild card back. Kersplat. So you can see this one still isn't in, but that's okay. And let's take a look at what we did. This one is in, and that's what I wanted to do. So this one is in over here. This is not in. So I'm going to put this over here. This will come up to here, and I think place that completely, and this will come down to here. Let's see what happens. I got a bad feeling about that. So this is in, this is in, this is in, this is in, and now notice we've got a little issue over here with this guy. So these two need to swap. So I need to make a swap of these two. So now I'm in the same position as I was last time. And that same position is I have false equivocation. I have what appears to be a parity, but there ain't no such thing. So I'm going to look here closely and carefully and see if I'm really satisfied with the placement of these, or if I can equivocate any of these guys over here. So this is fine over here. There's no doubt that this belongs over here. So this belongs over here. There's no doubt about it. This belongs over here, no doubt about that. This probably belongs here, and this probably belongs over here because it fits. But I'm going to have to look closely to see if there's any equivocation, because I can't have this situation where these two have to flip. So that's part of the fun, I guess, is find out which ones could be equivocated that can be substituted one for the other. Okay, just to share with you something that I had. Remember, we saw I got to switch these two. You know, I'm looking at this center up here, which has already been done, but can I substitute this for this? And when I move this in, I find that I actually think I can. So maybe that can be equivocated. And just to really drive the point home, if there's a point to drive, can this go where this is supposed to be, which is right over here? So I'm going to turn this down like so. And let's move this down to see if it suffices. And the answer is, yeah, okay, why not? So that can put over there. So what I've done is I have found my points of equivalency. I have found my pieces of equivalency. So what that means is I'm going to simply move this down like so. Okay. And I'm just going to exchange that. This will come here, this will come here, and this will come here. And I will have orchestrated an exchange, a 3-cycle. These two are equivalent pieces. And these two equivalent pieces are going to participate in a 3-cycle. but it looks like just a 2 cycle. So move this up, so turn, 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 bring it on back with a turn, turn, and turn. Okay, phew, thought I did something. Okay, and it worked. So this seamlessly fell into here, so I actually did not destroy this center. Let me just bring this sucker around. There you go. So now this is good, well, that was good before, but you can't tell. You can't tell that I substituted this one in here. And now for this, I found the area of false equivocation. Cannot tell you how much fun that was, but in any case, in. These three are fine. Now I may find such hidden equivocations later. So although that was the tricky part, that was not the hard part. Hard part will be coming. Now what I'm going to do is put the rest of these corners in, and that's among the easiest to visualize just because it's all on the ends. This will come here, this will come here, and this will come here. So only thing I'm going to be putting in is this one over here, but that's okay. So we've got turn. So this is our L, our R rather, UI, and this is our LI, or our L. L, U, RI, UI, and L. Okay. Get these all back in. Okay, so this was placed correctly, so we're good. And this is where I'm going to see where there might be some false equivocation. Okay, so now we do it. So this whole thing is now in. And now watch what's going to happen. This is going to come into here, this will come down to here, and this will come across here. And I think, unfortunately, we may have some false equivocation going on. But we'll see. This comes to here. I thought I can get away with it, and maybe I will. But I'm not so sure anymore. Turn. 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 Turn and turn. Okay, I have everything on this side except for one, and I've got this in, I've got this in, and I think I'm safe. No false equivalency, because this is going to come here, this will come up here, and this will come up here. So for once, I'm going to catch a break, I think. So let's see how this works. Turn. I think it's hard to get equivalencies with the edges, portions of the center, because it's a lot more apparent what's exactly supposed to go where. Turn, turn, then down, across, and curse splat. Okay, now let's take a look. In, So we have now reduced all of our surrogate centers. I'm going to move this over here so you can see that it was just a matter of doing some positioning. I'm just going to turn this to the side over here. And now you can see that this center's in, and all of these center, quote, surrogate centers are in. They're not put in the right way. That's going to be the challenge over there. But at least I have these lined up so that I have reduced center components that I can start to assemble. So I have what is pretty much all of my centers in, even if they're not lined up appropriately. So there you have it. Now this was not the hard part. Now we have to go through the process of seeing where these off centers lie. And now the question is, what should I do next? Should I start lining centers up, or should I start reducing the edges that can be reduced? You know, like these edges over here. What should I do next?